Hey you guys, welcome to the Potter's Peak channel. We're making bowls today. Super excited about these bowls. They're just very functional, beautiful, homemade bowls. Let's grab some coffee first and then let's get to throwing.
All right, first things first is that we have this all pugged and we're measuring out all of our clay and getting it all tapped down and ready to go. So I'm making a dinnerware set. Say hi to Gracie. And so obviously there's quite a few of them. So I pugged a lot of clay, as you guys can see in my bats over there on the chair. There is a lot of bats there. So I'm going to be making a lot of bowls today, and I'm just going to show you a few of them. So the first thing that we have to do is center. Centering is always the first step. Mastering the basics of the pottery techniques is very, very first with this. Bowls are they're a great thing to start with. So as we're doing this, we are going to center our clay, and then we're going to create our little traffic cone here and squish this down. I have it pretty close to the clay itself so you guys can see what I'm doing versus it being zoomed out. So as right now, I am just squishing this down and I'm making that hockey puck. Now that we have that hockey puck, I like to work with a clean slate. I'm going to go down and I'm going to check my thickness. So poking a hole just generally down there, using a wooden pin tool to check my thickness, and it should be about a finger's width. You guys can't see it in the camera. I was trying to show you, but I was also trying to show you the clay. So now we are opening this up for a bowl. I have a template that I have made myself. You guys can use a yellow rib. They work amazing. That's a good one to do. You guys can create your own ribs. It's very much up to you. I just use a really thick thing of plastic. We could do an entire YouTube series on just creating your own tools, which will probably be in the works here pretty soon. But for now, I like to use a rib when I'm doing it because then I get the same bowl shape every single time. And when I'm doing dinnerware sets, you want it to all be generally as close as the same as possible. So we're regrouping this and we're creating our first bowl. That's going to go straight up. Whenever I'm making either cereal bowls, soup bowls, any kind of lower like pasta bowl, I like to pull up, and then I slowly, once I get most of those walls pulled, then I will slowly start altering the shape and actually pulling out. So I really want to keep my thickness correct as I'm pulling, and that helps me make sure that my walls are even as I'm going. So always starting at the bottom, always slowly pulling all the way up to the top of that rim and regrouping. Super insanely important. And then I like to check with my tool that I'm using. So right now I'm using my bowl rib. I like to check my height to make sure all of the bowls that I'm going to be creating from this one on is the exact same height. So I don't have to have a little tool in front of me. I can't think right now what they're called. Like a height gauge in front of me. I can just use my rib as I'm throwing, and that will generally keep it the same height as I want it for each bowl. And I know where to stop and where to begin. So now that I'm taller, I'm going to start shaping this, and I'm going to use my tool that I've created to push this out. And these help so much. If you do not have a tool that you have created or that you have bought, use a yellow rib. That is generally what I use for bowls. They're a little bit thicker. They're more heavy duty and sturdy, so they work great for bowls. You really don't want to use that much water. You don't want your walls to collapse, and you don't want it to be too thin because bowls are easy to actually collapse. You want your walls to be even and your pulls to be good, but the thinner you go, you can actually mess this up. It can hurt you more than what you would like. So a good even consistency. So as we're going, I am going to clean up this bottom down here and get everything all nice. And I lied, I'm actually going to use the bottom later, so I am not going to cut it off. I'm going to leave it on there, and that is our bowl. So now I'm going to throw a whole bunch of them, and you guys can see I'm going to really fast forward this so you guys can really see, there's a million different bowls. This is just how I do my soup bowls and my cereal bowls. I will actually attach a handle to these once they're dry enough, and then I glaze them, and they all will have really little handles. So for the rest of this video, I want to just show you guys how to throw these as we're working, and I will change the camera angle so you guys can see different angles of making these bowls. All right, enjoy and stay tuned for all of it so you guys can see all of the different angles.